Hey guys, so we're going to do a Halloween reading tonight. I'm excited. I'm going to be using Dark Mansion, which is it's a good deck. I wouldn't really call it necessarily a shadow deck. I would say it's a little bit of a middle of the road between light and dark. I mean, it's got dark coloring and so forth, but it's a fun deck. It's one of those, I got it from some country. It's not cheap. It's like a $75 deck, but it's been a great deck. And then we're going to read from the Shadow Oracle. Threads of Fate. I thought that would be a real good one. I thought that'd be a real good one to read from and everything. And I got the Halloween nails for people who sometimes people want to know what my nails look like in my reads. But yes, I did Halloween nails. I got skulls, black cat, witch's hat, all kinds of stuff on here. So, but yeah, let's get to it. Let's see what we can look forward to. Halloween kind of through the week. I don't think I'm going to do a weekly tarot reading this week. I'm just going to do for a Halloween will be kind of my weekly tarot read. And then also, I'm going to be reading the signs. Tomorrow, I'm going to sit down and get your reads going on. I really slacked on the monthly tarot reads for all the signs. I'm going to start doing those, picking that up again. I want to get that going and everything like that, because I know a lot of you guys like to, hear your sign and so forth. So definitely going to get that going on. I'm going to be very busy tomorrow to get you your November read. So let's kind of see what we're looking at with Halloween. And pop that up there. There we go. And let's go ahead and look at it. Whoa. Okay. Yeah, well, one of the things I was kind of thinking of to myself tonight is it's kind of sad with COVID. Trick-or-treating, I know some kids are kind of trunk-or-treating and things like that. It's just not the same as it used to be. When I was a kid, this is back in the 70s, you could go to houses and there wasn't bad things happening. Kids could run around even without parents. And, it wasn't like it is now. And it's, now with COVID, it's really put a damper on everything and stuff. But if you guys are getting your kids out there and doing stuff, that's good because they need to enjoy this time. Do something fun. After being cooped up, many were homeschooled. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, Dark Mansion. You're going to love this deck if you've never seen it and everything. So I've got the card The World Reverse is kind of showing the very first one. So one of the things about that is I feel like some of you that are kind of watching this right now are kind of nervous about the next phase of things to happen. We just came out of a difficult Mercury retrograde. A lot of you had a really hard time with that. And we're like, oh my God, what's next? And everything like that. So try not to be fearful during this time about that next phase. And of course, a new phase is we're gonna enter. We're about to go into a new year and things like that. I think people were very hopeful this year would be so much better. There is some improvements, but we need more. I feel like we need more improvements to occur, especially with the COVID and everything like that. But there we've got some good energy here with the Four of Wands. See that nice, couple there and stuff. That this is a time we're about to enter with like family. We're going to have Thanksgiving. We're going to be having Christmas and everything. So I feel like a lot of you are going to have some good times. This could be a good, nice time for relationships to go really smooth and stuff. But yeah, I've got that energy there. I've got that star reversed and stuff. So I feel like some of you, you definitely had some challenging times and, see the light of a situation and so forth. It's hard to see light at the end of the tunnel. It's going to get better though. It's going to always keep your eyes on the positive. It's really important. Some of you may be faced with a choice this week with the Two of Swords reverse. I know some of the people I've read for are facing some heavy duty choices here, so you may be kind of sitting there and you need to make a decision and so forth. And Halloween night would be a good time to meditate on everything. And I feel this choice. I've got the Tower reverse. I know it's a Dark Mansion deck, guys. We got the Tower reverse energy here. I feel like some of you may have taken some kind of a loss or had something kind of crumble down over this last Mercury retrograde and that kind of energy. And we're kind of having to build ourselves back up again. And you'll be able to do it. You'll be able to build yourself back up. Page of Pentacles, some of you are going to have a new opportunity this week that is going to present itself. I love the Page of Pentacles. It's a good announcement of an opportunity, which is normally what pops up. But I get that Nine of Cups energy. That is normally that people get what they wish for, which is good. It's a very positive time. It can also be a time to really look at your accomplishments. Notice we have that Tower energy. There may have been some losses, but the card also says, look at your accomplishments. Look at where you're still standing here, and you're going to be able to rebuild and everything. So any kind of losses that you've taken may have been a challenge. But I feel good for some of you with that Four of Wands energy and then that Two of Cups, that some relationships may start getting real serious. And especially as we're going into this time with Thanksgiving and Christmas and things like that, I feel like some of you are going to be really in a good position with your soulmates, that things may even take a more serious turn and the relationship deepens even further. So I feel relationships could be very good over the November, December. Now, some of you, my baby empaths with the Page of Cups, that can be my baby empaths, may feel a little bit off balance during this time. You know, we're dealing with some energies. You know, we had the Mercury retrograde, the full moons are intense. That full moon in Aries was a heck of a doozy and everything. And now we're going to go into Halloween, and it's, you know, the veil is thin. So as the veil is very thin on the Halloween and also November 1st as well, Day of the Dead, be prepared for maybe some spirit contacts could occur during this time. Heightened sensitive psychic abilities that may throw you off balance a little bit, but you're going to be okay. Okay, and let's go ahead and look a little bit more. We've got the Empress in the reverse position, so that kind of makes me feel the Goddess energy that we're going to be tapping into. I believe there is a reversal to kind of emphasize the more darker aspects of the Goddess is one of the things we're going to be dealing with on the Halloween energy. Some of you, it's Halloween now that I'm reading for. It's almost Halloween for me. But, you know, dealing with the deeper aspects of the Dark Goddess. We're going to be going and facing that. But I've got that Ace of Swords energy. Got to be a warrior to handle these energies, okay? You got to be the warrior spirit with this. But look at that, the Ace of Cups. A lot of you are being handed that Holy Grail, okay? To really dive into the spirit. This is going to be a good time. The veil is going to be thin. Now, as the veil thins on Halloween, it doesn't necessarily close immediately that day, okay? So there may be a little bit of spirit activity for some of you. Like I said, heightened sensitivity and awareness during this time. Be prepared for that and everything. And then, oh, isn't this cute? Think of the trick-or-treaters. Look at the Six of Pentacles, the woman giving him a pentacle. I see that as, you know, the trick-or-treaters, that some are going to get out there and get candy. Isn't that totally cute? Spirit has a sense of humor. But yeah, this is a time, have a little candy just in case someone comes to your door. I know they don't do it as much nowadays, but still, you know. And then let's go ahead and look a little bit more what we've got. So I've got the Chariot reverse. Now, some of you may be kind of going through a period. I also drew the Five of Wands with that. You may have a little bit of conflict with this week. Some people that is going to be happening. And it's the Chariot says you need to go forward. Don't get caught in the crossfire of this. So there's going to be, I feel over this week, there's going to be a little bit of conflict. People kind of not behaving their best self. You know, we got that Scorpio energy in there. And I know that, I think Mars is in Scorpio right now. As a matter of fact, let me check that. I'm almost positive. Hold on. Because that can make it more intense. And that would make sense. Is Mars in Scorpio right now? Could have sworn it is. Yeah, Mars is in Scorpio right now. Or, let me see. Oh, no, that's an old one. Yeah, Mars in Scorpio. So we've got Sun in Scorpio, we've got Mars in Scorpio. So that makes perfect sense that there may be a little conflict. I know when I have Mars in Scorpio. I know all about it. And I know every time Mars goes in Scorpio for me, I have to deal with some kind of conflict somewhere. I may get in an argument with someone, so maybe something happened in the group, and I have to, I have to go at it a little bit and stuff. But I deal with some kind of conflict every single time, and it's always a test. It's always a test. And so as you have this kind of Sun and Mars and Scorpio kind of energy that's going, you may experience a little bit of conflict. There may be, and another thing too about the Sun and Mars in Scorpio, you might even feel a little bit of, vengeance kind of energy. You may feel a little bit of rage. That does happen with Mars and Scorpio. Okay, especially with the Sun and Mars and Scorpio both. You might feel a little bit of like, man, I just really want to get back to. I want them to get their karma, that kind of energy. You may get a little frustrated and stuff. So try not to be frustrated, and try not to enter too much conflict. If you do, try to rise above it to the best of your ability, because you don't want that kind of energy. I see that's what the Chariot is. We got to move forward, move forward. Try to get away from the conflict. But I feel like some of you with that reversal, it's like you might feel it. You might feel pumped up, because one of the things that Mars and Scorpio energy can make you pumped up, ready for a fight. Okay, so you got to be careful with that. Now, I don't necessarily get, relationships necessarily the pumped up fight. I'm hoping not. I've got some good relationship energy for some of you guys, but just conflict with other people. Like you might be at work and somebody said something or did something. Maybe your boss rubs you the wrong way. Maybe your sister or brother says something, and you get a little, rubbed the wrong way with it. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at Shadow Oracle. Let's see what we've got. So I've got the card The Observer. So during this time, especially for Halloween, just kind of observe, pay attention to the signs and so forth. Notice you got that crystal ball in there. And this is a time to really, not just even observing the spirits, the signs and everything, but some of the stuff that's going on within. Really pay attention to that during this time and stuff. Yeah, I've got that reflection. This is kind of a good time to tap into the shadow. This is a good time to tap into the shadow. And one of the things too with Halloween, as we celebrate the dead and so forth, is sometimes one of the things we kind of do, we have that dark goddess moment, and then we kind of even reflect on, our own death. That's one of the things we do. We kind of, if we really look into the holiday and what it's about, we celebrate the dead, those who have gone on before us, but also we kind of look at, am I living my best life here? Am I doing all that I'm meant to do? Because life is short. I can be taken at any time. Okay, that kind of energy. And then I've also got the Alchemist. So a lot of this is really transformative energies are going to be coming forward during this time, especially. But you're going to feel that that veil gets really thin and stuff. Dreams may be very significant during this time. Some of you wake up and watch this video, you might like, yeah, I had a very serious dream and things like that. But we've got that universe energy, and that fits really well with the world and everything. You're going to feel, and notice that connection. See that hand, really connected with the earth. I'm telling you, the veil is going to be thin. I feel this is going to be even thinner veil than normal, especially if we got that Mars and Scorpio energy and stuff. I've also got the card Take Risks. So if some of you are kind of facing some choices and everything, and you've been kind of sitting on the sidelines and trying to play it safe, they're saying take a risk. Okay, so we've got that. So this week could be good. So if you've been like, should I quit my job? Maybe you should, stuff like that. I've got that warrior spirit here, that energy, the warrior spirit, stepping forward. And that makes sense because I saw that Ace of Swords as well is popping up. We got 2 swords here. Okay, so some of you are going to tap into your warrior spirit and energy this week for some reason. Looking at there's a little conflict, and we got Mars and Scorpio. That makes sense. Okay, and yes, we're here to celebrate the dead. Look at that death card. And it kind of does look like, the death skulls that we look at, especially around the Day of the Dead. That is a perfect card. That's exactly what I'm saying, is that we are kind of here. We're going to celebrate the dead. We're going to honor them and everything, those that have gone before us. We might even be able to communicate with them. Medium reads could be very good during this time if anybody is wanting to have a medium read or anything like that. But it's also a time we kind of face our death too. Like, I'm not going to be here forever, just like I was saying. I'm not going to be here forever. So, what can I do to maybe, better my situation. What do I need to work on? And then I've got the seeker. So many of you are going to be seeking answers. Some experiences that you go through may cause you to start really looking into spirituality more, questioning certain things, taking risks, in certain areas. And then I've got the card play. Let the kids play. Let the kids have fun. Let them trick or treat. Let them trick or treat. Just use a lot of hand sanitizer. But let those kids trick or treat, man. They need to be able to get out there. And this is a good time to share wisdom as well. Share wisdom. So it's still pretty good relationship wise. A lot of things should be good. But I do feel some kind of conflict getting in there. And I know that energy, man, every time Mars goes in Scorpio, we might see some things like in the news even. There's always something going on, but we might see some serious conflict with some situations. People are, we've got a lot going on there. And it almost feels like something, and I know a lot of spiritualists feel it, it just feels like something's brewing. People are getting more and more frustrated out there. They're frustrated about COVID. They're frustrated about the vaccine. They're frustrated about certain laws that are popping up and this and that. We know Congress is dealing with this build a better America type thing or whatever it is. There's all kinds of stuff going on and stuff. So we're going to see a little bit things brewing and coming to a head. Even during this week, I feel like some things will kind of, come to the head and it'll be like, a little bit of chaos. But I get that Tower reverse energy. I don't think it'll be too crazy, but I do feel some things coming to a head. And some of you may be dealing with that energy, with like some things coming to surface that maybe you weren't prepared for, that happens. And, it's just meant to happen sometimes, that we got to deal with some things we don't want to deal with and everything. But the couples, the relationship should be good. Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Four of Wands. Love to see that in a relationship read. So I feel like other relationships are really going to strengthen and get even stronger. And then going into some of these family holiday type energies, I really feel some people are going to get real strong in their relationships and do real good. I do hope this helps. And if you guys have any questions, leave them in the comments.